What's up, everyone? This is Ben Falcons Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After I Saw review episode for today. This one's going to be on another film I saw released back in 2021, which this one I really wanted to talk to you guys about this film for quite a bit on my channel. Most of my friends have already talked about this film, and I just thought, hey, I should just review this film straight away. So today's review I'm going to talk to you guys about is the 2021 historical epic drama, and that movie is The Last Duel. This was directed by Ridley Scott, and this was one of his first films to be released back in 2021 because he had two films released last year, which first one was this movie, and the second being House of Gucci, which I've already just reviewed. So in The Last Duel, this is based on true events, and this is set in century times, in which we follow Matt Damon's character named Jean de Criche, who he's a beloved knight for his bravery in the battlefield, and we follow Adam Driver's character named Jacques Lecriche, who he's known for his intelligence, and he's considered one of the most admired noble knights. And what happens is, and they both become friends, but however their friendship then gets torn apart because Jacques Lecriche gets accused of rape from Matt Damon's character's wife, who's played by Jodie. And then we soon see a trial going on with these three characters, since it's mostly focused on these three characters because their stories are broken into three different perspectives for this whole situation, for this whole the whole storytelling about who is telling the truth and all that. Since Matt Damon's character's wife is accused someone of rape, and then when the trial doesn't go well, we then see these two characters going against each other in the last ever duel. So we see what happens. We see what's going to happen throughout this movie and then towards the end of this movie from all of that. So that's pretty much the story of The Last Duel. Now, I was really looking forward to this movie because there was a few reasons why I was looking forward to it. It was because of Ridley Scott. No matter what he makes, I always do seem to enjoy some of his works. Well, for his later works, some of them have kind of been divided with both critics and audiences. You know, like Alien Covenant and All the Money in the World and some other stuff. But no matter what he makes, you know, they're considered his best films. Like his other films are considered his best films, like, you know, like Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, The Martian, and Thelma and Louise, and all that kind of stuff he's well known for making. When it comes to his name, and this film sort of felt like a comeback of sorts because he has made movies like this before in the past. You know, Gladiator being one of his best ones, Kingdom of Heaven, which I do think is a really good movie. Not much people talk about that, but it is a really good movie. And Robin Hood, which I thought that was an enjoyable watch, but it's not one of the best Robin Hood adaptations I've seen. Definitely not the worst, but it's a good watch though. And also I was looking forward to it because of the cast. You got a big star cast in this film. You've got Matt Damon, who I'm a big fan of him. He's such a great actor. Adam Driver is a great actor as well. Jodie, she's a really talented actress, and of course Ben Affleck as well. He's a really good actor too. But I was really looking forward to seeing what these people were going to do for a film like this. And since Matt Damon's already worked with Ridley Scott, which was back in 2015 with The Martian, I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do together for this film. And plus, for Adam Driver, he has done two films that were released by Ridley Scott last year. You know, this movie and House of Gucci, which that was pretty interesting. I was looking forward to seeing what they were both going to do for those two movies last year when both of them were coming out. But anyway, I did see this back in October, and a pretty packed screening. There was quite a lot of people who had seen this movie along with me. And after seeing this film, I definitely had a really great time with The Last Duel. This was such a great historical drama, and it's definitely sort of, and like I said, this just felt like a comeback to Ridley Scott because again, he has made movies before like this in the past. Like I said, it was such a great joy to see Ridley Scott doing a movie like this again since, you know, his breakthrough with Gladiator since then, because again, I really enjoyed this movie. The major praises I can definitely say for this movie, of course, are the performances. Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, and Jodie Comer. They're all four of them together are absolutely great in the movie, and I really dug to their characters in the film, of the way they've been portrayed in this film, since this is set in the old century and all that. And I really dug their performances all around here. They're really great to watch on screen. And the direction by Ridley Scott, it's a visionary, beautiful looking film for the whole location shooting of this film, the costumes, which they're amazing, as well as for the action sequences, which they are pretty violent, of course. Like, he has done like this before in the past, you know, with Gladiator and Kingdom of Heaven, which those are pretty violent movies. I thought Ridley Scott did a really great job of doing that all again with this movie. Although this film doesn't really technically focus on action sequences that much, because it's mostly focused on the whole story perspective, which For the whole storytelling of this film, it's told from 3 different perspectives, which I didn't really expect that going into this film. But when it happened on screen, I was pretty invested for all of that. But when it gets to the third one, the third perspective of the character in this film, it does get pretty much predictable, because they do overuse the clip again of like what happens and all that. And when we do see what happens in the film, it is pretty horrible. And I just didn't know why they had to put it in again, but I totally understand why. But it was horrible to watch it again, because it's horrible and it's not really nice for today's society. That it's horrible. And that was a bit of an issue I had. That was just the only issues I had, was just seeing that scene again, as well as the clips that we've seen again, that it does end up getting pretty much predictable. And it is a pretty long film as well. It's 2 hours and 31 minutes. It's a 2.5 hour movie, but it didn't get me bored, because again, I was pretty much invested with the whole storytelling of the whole story perspective in the film, as well as for watching the battle scenes and all that, the action sequences and all that, like the dueling and all that. It's really well shot as well. It's really well shot. It's really well directed. It's really fun to watch on screen, for seeing the whole blood carnage going on in this film. So in the end, guys, The Last Duel, like I said, it is a great watch. It's definitely one of Ridley Scott's best films, and I definitely had a really great time with this one. If you're a fan of these kind of films, or if you're a fan of Gladiator, or if you're a fan of the director or the cast, you'll definitely have a blast with this one. If you missed your chance to see this in cinemas, it is available to stream on Disney Plus for free. So that's pretty much all I have to say about The Last Duel. I'm going to give The Last Duel 4 out of 5. Great rating for another great film of 2021, and personally my favorite Ridley Scott film of last year. I enjoyed this one a bit more than House of Gucci, although I still say House of Gucci is good, but it's not like, well, I wasn't what I was expecting it to be when I first saw the trailers. This one, I prefer this one a bit more than that. And too bad this film really bombed at the box office. I think this film should have made more money though, instead of becoming a box office bomb. But still, though, again, if you missed your chance to see this in cinemas, again, it is available to stream on Disney Plus. So thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After I Saw review on The Last Duel. And let me know what you think of this film if you have seen this already, or if you've just recently seen it on Disney Plus. Did you have a great time of it, or is this not really a popcorn treat here? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews. And as always, this has been Falcon's Media Corner signing off.